Also, if you cannot afford or you don't have enough, or you have a really small room for buying speakers, headphones can be really cool. You can work really well with headphones. The thing is, there is one big difference between a monitor system and a headphone system, and this is this. Just imagine what stereo is. So stereo is something on the left side or something on the right side. If you have monitors or speakers, or if you have headphones, the difference is that if I'm standing in between these two monitor speakers, what originates from that speaker, I will hear with both ears, yes. So I will hear that sound with this ear and this ear. There will be a slight difference, and this is how I perceive stereo, how I perceive that, I don't know, my snare is panned to the left, okay? But if I have headphones, if something originates only on the left, or on the left side of the speaker, or of the headphone, I hear this only in my left ear, okay? So this is the biggest difference between headphone setup and the speaker setup, is that headphones really tend to exaggerate the stereo image. So on a headphone system, you would turn the pan pot like this, and you would say, oh cool, that's enough, okay? But if you mix the same thing on speakers, you would want to do more. You would want to turn the pan pot more. Why? Because on speakers, if they are real speakers in a real room, you don't have this exaggerated stereo image that you get with headphones. Okay? So, of course, this is only one of the differences. But if you have a bad sounding room and you don't have too much money to spend on acoustics, headphones are a better choice. Okay sounding headphones are always a better choice than expensive speakers in a non-treated or a bad sounding room. So that's always true. And I'll show you later some headphones which can be good. So give some advices maybe. These are also cool. So let's say isolation pads. What you do here is you put the speaker on top of this isolation pad. You don't have to, of course, buy the Auralex Moped isolation pad. You can, but okay, this is not so expensive. The point is to decouple. This means to so that the speaker doesn't actually touch the surface it is on. Okay, because this transfers vibrations, it makes noise, changes the actual sound of the speaker. So you would want to decouple or put the speaker on something that absorbs these vibrations so that you don't get noise. Pretty simple, that's it. So this improves the sound a lot, especially if you like to monitor loud. If you like to listen to your mixes loud, then these things are cool. So quite clear, you put the monitor on top of this, and then it doesn't resonate, doesn't vibrate with the surface. And that's it. So, a little bit about headphones. There are two main types of headphones, open back and closed back headphones. The main difference between open back, you can see here that open back, these speakers are open at the front, these are, let's say, closed. So the main difference between open back and closed back headphones is that usually closed back headphones are going to have a better bass response, tighter, punchier, better bass, while open back headphones are going to sound more natural. Because here in the closed back headphone system, the speaker inside the headphone basically resonates, or there is a sort of acoustic compression inside this box, so that the speaker can, let's say, simply produce better bass frequencies without going too deep into theory. Here, the back of the headphone is open, and the speaker can vibrate more freely. It can, let's say, for some people sound better transient response, better high frequency response, depends on the design. But what's usually more important, what usually happens related to choosing closed or open back, you don't have to worry so much about bass response, this and this. A perfect situation would be that you go to a shop, try them both, buy whichever you like the most, without caring about theoretical sound differences between open back and closed back, because that's different for different manufacturers and whatnot. This is not going to help you in your choice. What you should remember about closed and open back headphones is that, let's say, if you want to use headphones for monitoring, for recording some vocals, so if you have a vocalist standing in front of a microphone with headphones, you don't want that the sound of these headphones goes to the microphone, okay? So in that situation, it's much more important, and you also don't care that the sound is the best possible, because this is just for recording purposes. He has to hear himself and that's it. He doesn't have to sound himself like Mariah Carey or I don't know what. So the point is, closed back headphones means that this sound is not going to go from the headphones to the microphone. In that situation, you would definitely want closed back. Also, there's a lot of people who mix at home in front of, I don't know, in the bedroom or something like that. If you don't want to wake someone who's sleeping up, closed back headphones are a better choice. Because open back headphones can be really loud. The point is, you can really hear a lot what the person wearing these headphones is listening to. So they can be loud, and you have to check if it's loud enough or quiet enough. So this is a cool site. This is a cool site which basically gives you access to different frequency plots for different speakers, not speakers, but headphones. So you can choose. So it's written here, select up to 4 headphones, and you can choose different headphones, and you can check. Let's check the ones we have on the slides. So AKG 7. Okay, we don't have these, but doesn't matter. 271 and 241, 240. Compare. And here you can compare the frequency response for these two headphones. And here you can see that they're not so flat, not so perfect. They have this huge bump. Okay, it's not so huge actually, it's, I don't know, 5, 10 dBs. At the high frequency range, around 10 kilohertz, and they go sharply. The roll-off is really sharp, so they don't have really high frequencies. You can see that they have a bump in this, let's say, muddy area around 100, 200 hertz. So this would not be perfect for mixing, okay? But in some cases, you get used to them and you can create good mixes on these types of headphones. You can check some other headphone. Let's say, you can see that, let's say these are flatter, not too flat, but let's say flatter. These headphones cost, these ultrasound cost, I don't know, around 300 euros or even more. So they are extremely expensive. But what you will find is that when you actually put on your head headphones which are extremely flat, you're not going to like them. And it's going to be hard for you to mix, because you're used to hearing headphones which have a pronounced bass and maybe some dips in the mid-range, and it's going to be hard for you to mix. I tried these Ultrasound Pro 900. They sound really, I don't know, harsh. They have too much, for me, high frequencies. So the point is here, just because something is expensive doesn't mean that it's going to be helpful to you, depending on the way you work. Basically, that's it. So if you want to write down, this is headphone.com. Yeah, hard to forget. Okay, now that we checked a headphone comparison, we can see how this differs from different monitors.